Wanted to record this video for a while, just haven't had time, but now I do. I want to start a sort of YouTube meme because I know that there's not enough fucking YouTube memes out there, but I wanted to start one. Explain your tattoo. Why'd you get it? What significance does it hold to you? That kind of thing. And if you don't have tattoos, do your piercings. I might do mine in another video, but I have a lot of them, so I'm not gonna make this video longer than I have to. Okay, let's start from first to last. This is my very first tattoo. I got it, obviously, can you see it? Yeah, I got it obviously in 2005, and I got it in Sturgis, South Dakota. I used to date a guy who was well into motorcycles, and that was probably the only good thing about him. So one summer in 2005, I got to ride on the back of a motorcycle halfway across the United States, because I live in Cincinnati, Ohio, to Sturgis, South Dakota, and it was fucking awesome. I want to go back someday. It was so cool. My ex-boyfriend also has the same exact tattoo tattooed on his calf. I don't know why he wanted it. He originally wanted to get my name tattooed on his calf. Wasn't really stopping him. I just kind of told him that was retarded. And obviously, I'm sure he's glad that he didn't, as he's now married with a kid. Moving on. This is my second tattoo. It's from Le Petit Prince. It's a children's book that I first read in 6th grade and hated it. If you've ever read the book, the book basically is like about how grown-ups suck. And I would just read it. Just read the goddamn book. It's so good. The quote is actually in French because the book was originally written in French, and the quote says, "One cannot see well without the heart. The essentials are invisible to the eyes." Ta-da! Which one came next? Let's see. Okay. I think this one did. Okay. This is something I drew myself. It's a lotus flower, but I wanted to get something very feminine, so it looks like the female reproductive organs. You have, suck at this camera, you have the vagina here, the birth canal, the ovaries on either side, and the uterus, which is the flower, the pretty flower. And my mother has the same thing tattooed on the top of her foot. There's a longer story behind that tattoo that I'm not willing to go into at this moment. Let's just say it's not one of my favorites, and that was a very bad day for me. Okay, anyway, let's see, then came, this is my absolute favorite tattoo. Hope you can see this. I have to like shift my arm in the right position. There it goes. This, let me get a closer picture because it's such a good picture. This was drawn by my 8-year-old sister, and well, when she was 8, she's going to turn 10 at the end of March. She drew that for me, and I asked her what it was, and she looked like me. She looked at me like I had 2 heads, and she just goes, "That's the pumpkin girl. She eats spiders." And I'm like, oh, duh. So that's awesome. This is my favorite tattoo ever. And then, of course, I got her name tattooed at the bottom, which didn't realize until I got it tattooed on me, but I'm pretty sure when people see that now, they think I'm a lesbian. But that's fine. Then came this. This is my most famous one. Everybody knows me by the finger stash. The whole reason I got this was because and I'm not being original, I'm admitting to this. I saw a picture of it on, I think it was BME Zine, and thought it was freaking hilarious. And it's my party trick, because I have no others. So I'm sad enough that I had to get one tattooed on me. But it's funny, and it's just one of those things that, it keeps reminding me not to take myself too seriously, because I do that way, way, way too often. And then every once in a while, like, I don't know, I'll be doing something and I just catch a glimpse of it and I'm like, you know what, I've got to fucking calm down because I have a mustache tattooed on my finger. You really can't be so stressed out and wound up when you have a mustache tattooed on your finger. But that's definitely my most famous one. Then came this one here, which I have a lot of ex-boyfriend tattoos, but it's not really my fault, so to say. This one, I wanted to get this for my birthday. Yes, it's from Boondock Saints, but the deeper meaning is that when I was a kid, I used to lie a lot because I would get in a lot of trouble if I didn't. So I just kind of conditioned myself. It was almost a reaction when I was little to just lie because I didn't want to get in trouble. So I don't know, sometime in high school, I just realized what I was doing. And I was like, wait a second, why am I doing this? Because it was little things. Like, I would just exaggerate upon my life to make it sound more interesting, but I didn't consciously know I was doing it. I would just be telling a story, and then halfway through it, I'd be like, that didn't happen. So I had to make a conscious effort not to lie anymore, because I realized how important it is, and it's one of my pet peeves when people lie to me, and then I find out about it. And so, after making that conscious decision when I was like 14, 15, now, at every turn I make, I try to be as honest as humanly possible, but also tactful, because I know that there's a difference between being honest and being hurtful. Like, if somebody asks me if their hair looks good and it obviously looks fucking retarded, I'm gonna find a tactful way to tell them that they look fucking retarded. So, but yeah, so I got this on my birthday, on my 20th birthday, I think. Yeah, my 20th birthday. And originally, my best friend was gonna get Aquatas, which, if you've seen Boondock Saints, you know is the other tattoo, which means justice. She was gonna get that tattooed somewhere on her, and that kind of fell through. And then my ex-boyfriend hated tattoos. He hated that I had tattoos, and so the only way that I could think of that would make him happy about me getting another tattoo was I just kind of threw it out there. Literally driving on our way to the tattoo parlor, I was like, well, why don't you get the other one? And he was like, okay. So if you ever see a guy with Aquatas tattooed on his left hand, I dated him. And the last one is the same guy. Me and him got sort of matching tattoos, but this one is my second favorite. I love this tattoo. It's a ska man. People always think he's a blues brother, and he's not a blues brother. He is actually album artwork from the Specials. That's what he's known as anyway. I just kind of... He's my generic ska man tattoo because I love ska, and I put him on my foot because I love to skank when I go to ska shows. And then my ex-boyfriend got Ska Girl tattooed on his calf, and like there was some precarious connection between like I'm getting Ska Guy tattooed on me because it represents ex-boyfriend and vice versa, but I never really bought into that, to tell you the truth. I just wanted Ska Man tattooed on my foot. So, those are all my tattoos. I would love to hear about everybody else's, because I love hearing the stories behind why people get them. I love the stories. So, pass this video on to people you know who have tattoos and a YouTube account, and video camera with which to upload said video, because I can't wait to see video responses. And if you don't have tattoos, do your piercings. There's always a story behind body modification. See you later.